Hey everyone, Tony George, my first free pick of 2023 as we're talking about a Monday bowl game here between Illinois and Mississippi State. And I'm also going to talk about a game before that, since I'm taping this on Friday for you in one of the BCS series games between Georgia and Ohio State. Be sure to get over to DocSports.com. Take advantage of the free $60 link in the description below. If you've never been a member, we'll park $60 at any new account, and you guys can utilize that anywhere on the website. Also, a quick promo between now and midnight, December 31st, New Year's Eve. You can get 25% off any package on the website. Monthly or weekly package in any sport from any handicapper. There's a promo code box. Type in Happy NY25. That's Happy NY25. Happy New Year's from DocSports.com. Now, in 2023, Doc Sports enters their 52nd year in this business. That's saying something. Congratulations to Docs, Wade and the crew over there. Let's talk some football here. Now, before we get to the Monday game, I have a 3-pack on Saturday in college football, and in that 3-pack does involve one of these BCS games. I have a much stronger feeling about the TCU and Michigan game than I do the Ohio State and Georgia game. And one could argue that these two teams, Ohio State and Georgia, are the two best teams left standing out of the four that are in the BCS Series Championship. And, of course, the winner of these games, each one of them I just mentioned, play for the national title. Now, the last impression you have of Ohio State is them getting woodshedded at home by Michigan, which kind of plays into my opinion on this game. You have a lot of star-studded players in this game. You have two quarterbacks that were Heisman finalists. Best of the best. Now, Ohio State is missing big contributors at running back and wide receiver in this game, which hampers them a little bit. But you ask yourself the question about Michigan game and how that plays into Georgia's hands here. How Michigan beat them was winning the war up front. They manhandled them, especially in the second half. And they popped off big plays against them. Two things that Georgia can do. They can manhandle you up front, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and they can hit you over the top with big plays. And they've got two tight ends that probably could play in the NFL. Georgia's loaded. Now, both teams, despite Ohio State's falling from grace against Michigan, they have 5-star athletes across the board on that team. They have one of the most talented teams, talent-wise, in the country. You know, they're up there at the elites. The Georgias, the Alabamas, you know, the Ohio States, you know, their resume is almost as strong, which makes that 6.5 points here a little bit dicey to me, but I like the under 62 here. These teams had a long layoff. Any momentum that Georgia had, there's been a long layoff. That momentum's killed. You're starting from square one here. And any bad juju that Ohio State had coming out of that Michigan game, which was bad, that's water under the bridge as well. There's been a lot of time since that happened. I think they'll both come out tight. I don't think we see a shootout here. Nothing would surprise me in this bowl season, based on what I've seen up till Friday here. And as I'm taping this Friday morning. But based on what I've seen, nothing would surprise me. But it would surprise me a little to see Ohio State having more than 21 in this game against this defense. Really would. And I'm not so sure that Georgia's offense can make up that much difference with a total this high. I'd lean under 62 in this game. Let's get to the bowl game on Monday between Mississippi State and Illinois. And you've heard for years, if you've been in the sports betting game and read pre-bowl articles, how to bet bowl games, what to look for, and even the most seasoned veteran handicappers like myself that have been around 30 years, or the up-and-comers, the newbies of the world, they're going to talk about motivation being a factor in the bowls and coaching. Well, I don't think there's any team in college football more motivated to win a bowl game this year than Mississippi State. More motivated than Georgia, more motivated than TCU, Michigan, or Ohio State. They are motivated to win this bowl game for their head coach, Mike Leach, who unfortunately passed away way too soon at age 61 with a heart attack. And he was the heart and soul of this football team. He was the heart and soul of Washington State's football team. He was the heart and soul of Texas Tech. And his influence on the game has left an indelible mark. And this team, coming off a win against Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl as a small underdog, was a testament to Mike Leach's ability to, win big games and give a lot of teams a lot of trouble over the years. Just always had been. Now, Illinois, on the other hand, in this game, they came into the season like a lion and went out like a lamb. They lost 3 of their last 4. Their only win being a 41-3 blowout over a Northwestern team that had already thrown the towel in. Before that, bear in mind, they lost 2 home games before they lost at Michigan. They lost 2 home games against Purdue and Michigan State. Now, on top of that, their offense, and I will give them credit. Brett Bielema got a big contract extension and a lot of money there at Illinois, their head coach. He deserved it. He took a team that was in the ashes, that was absolutely left for dead on the side of the road by Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith's doing the same thing with the Houston Texans now in the NFL. But he brought them back to prominence, made them a relevant team and a team that you need to watch out for. And they did a lot of that based on playing old school Big Ten power football. Same thing he did when he was at Wisconsin with a high rate of success. He tried to do it at Arkansas, and that doesn't work in the SEC. We found that out. But he's doing it back in the Big Ten again. But their stud running back, Chase Brown, is out for this game. Their 2 best defensive players are out in this game. Their offense, they did a nice job of bringing in DeVito from Syracuse for quarterback this year. Capable quarterback. Not a knock against him, but their offense is surrounded by the running game and setting up the passing game with play action pass based on the success of their running game that had an NFL running back in there, and he's opted out. I think that makes a difference here. I think it's a lower scoring game, and I think Mississippi State wins one for the Gipper here. I'll take Mississippi State on the money line minus 120. Avoid laying the 1.5. Could very well be a 2019 ball game. I'll play the money line in Mississippi State for your free play. Happy New Year.